Right there, you beautiful person inside of my phone. It's the Queen of Pentacles again, doing another Witchy Wednesday with you. I am filming this on the hottest day of the year so far. We have surpassed the 40-degree mark down south. Thankfully, I am a northerner. I'm a fake Mancunian, but still, it is warm. And I've done a couple of filming sessions today, and I'm now filming at night. However, it is still so ridiculously hot. So there are a couple of things that I will be talking you through. I will not be doing myself this evening because the heat is unbearable. There is the fan on in the background. If it could go wrong, it has gone wrong. So a lot of the heat has been messing about with my tech. The song is just finishing. It's Pencil Full of Lead by Paolo Nutini. However, I'm literally playing it on my phone, literally right next to you, which is literally right in front of the fan, because my tablet behind me has just decided that it doesn't want to play. It doesn't want to play games anymore. However, so for me to check the song, I do actually need to click the screen. It's California Girls by Katy Perry that has literally just started in the background. I gave you a whole host, and unfortunately I cannot sit any further back to show you my table. But trust me, everything that I have asked you to get is on this table. Not only, well, that's a tiny bit of a lie. Part of it's on the table for activity number 1. I will then have no choice but to pause the video. You know me, guys. You know my tech skills. I'm really panicking about how this is going to turn out. I'm going to pause the video, clear the table, and then reset the table for activity number 2 as fast as I can, to ensure that I can do this in one recorded video rather than over 2 separate recorded videos. Otherwise, I really am in trouble of how I'm going to edit and cut together 2 videos. But we'll see how this one goes. We are talking today about self-care and love. And I have, so first things first, I have done a separate self-care video that will be released alongside this video, that will be constantly public, and that you can save the link for, that you can add it into your own watch lists on YouTube to go back to at any time. A few of my regular followers have actually received this information, but I would encourage you to go back, check out this video and make sure that you are implementing those things in your life. Again, it's a really long extended film. It's in regard to a self-care wheel and an app called Insight Timer. It's absolutely amazing. I really would encourage you, from a self-care, real, actual self-care, not lighting a candle, putting a face mask on and jumping in a bath self-care, real self-care. But the activity that we are going to do today is a self-love, self-care, little bit of healing jar is what we're going to do today. So I am going back to my original grimoire. Unfortunately, I did run out of time. I have given you your shopping list of things over on TikTok that you will need, and I have crammed as much onto my altar as I humanly could. Again, so off we go. We're going to do a self-love spell jar today. Now, first thing that we are going to do before we do absolutely anything, again, sorry, I've just put it over there, but you know me by now, guys. You know things get a little bit crackers, just a little bit out of reach. Again, before I do anything on this altar, I have already cleansed and cleared the space already, because I have lit fresh incense behind me. However, we will do it again. I will do it again with you. Again, hand cream, very, very intentionally. I am going to be teaching this little workshop from my heart to yours. And again, this is just a little ritual that I do. You do not need to incorporate this into your rituals. Just sets that extra intention, gives me another minute to put my left foot right underneath the ground. I am sat at a really odd angle because my table is absolutely brimming. So we're going to do the best that we can do with the time and the energy. This witch is melting. It's so hot. It's unbelievable. Just put my children to bed, my thermostat at the bottom of my stairs, is registering at 33 degrees. Now, to my American audience, we don't live in aircon. Air conditioning is only for really big supermarkets and really big shopping malls that we have here in the UK. We don't actually live with aircon. So when the temperature starts going up like above 25, we start to sort of melt. And this witch is melting. It's Linkin Park in the end that's literally just caught my ear there. But let's get cracking. So, we're doing some spell jarring. First thing I want you to do, again, I did advise originally, and I do hope that you did catch the edit, the frankincense and myrrh incense here. This one is actually sage. It's just white sage. Always good for healing. Always good for cleansing and clearing spaces. So that is the first thing. Get your pens out. Oh, is this going to light now with this wind that's coming from my beautiful fan? Get those pens, please. We're lighting. We don't ever blow. We always waft it out. And we are wafting it out. We are covering our space. We are asking. I ask for protection from Archangel Michael. I am asking him to cleanse and clear this space of any and all negative energies and negative entities. I am asking Archangel Michael for his protection inside this building. And the occupants within this building inside my home. I am also asking for his protection for the land that this home sits on, that it will be cleansed, that it will be cleared of any and all negative energies and negative entities. I remove consent for any negative energy and any negative entity to enter this space under Archangel Michael's protection. Just have a moment, get your left foot, that left foot, we are giving the energy back as we are asking for his protection, and that for the space, the property and the land all be cleansed and cleared and protected. Just have that moment to yourself for a minute. Before putting your incense back into its holder, I want you to have a really quick cleanse and clear of your spell jar, please. It's really, really simple. You can do it a few ways. You can do any way that you like. I tend to sort of corkscrew around. Again, my foot's underneath. Any negative energy that is attached to this spell jar, goodness me, will be cleansed and cleared. I remove all consent for any negative energy, for any negative entity that may be attached to this spell jar. I remove consent for you to stay here. I remove consent and you will leave. And you just let the smoke settle in. There is a little bit of ash that did just fall in there. That's not a problem. Sage is on the list. You can use sage incense if you can't find it as a herb. So there's a little bit of ash there that has just fallen into the jar. Leave it. Don't tip it out. Let it stay. Let it do its thing. Let it do its little piece of magic. I'm going to have to move this. I've shown you, but I'm going to have to shift it because that smoke with this fan in this heat is going... Oh, we're going to get all smoked out here. We really honestly are. I'm so sorry. Let me just pop that there. Pop that back in there. Take that, never forget. Double check the song, hang on. It did just catch me. It's never forget where you've come from and who you are as a person is sort of the vibe of the song. So, we've cleansed our jar. We've removed all energy, all dead energy, and now we are going to fill it. You can fill it as full as you want. You can fill it all the way to the tippy top if you really would like to. Just make sure that you do leave enough room for your cork topper at the top. So, first ingredient, chocolate. It's 33 degree heat. This is melting really, really fast. I chopped it up. I just chopped it up into 3 little slithers, and I'm just going to drop one in. I'm dropping this in because cacao opens up my heart chakra, and that is the intention I set as I drop it into the jar. This chocolate within this jar will help me open up my heart chakra so that I can go out into the world with love, with those rose-tinted glasses on, see the beauty in nature, see the beauty in myself and in my place in this world. Pepper. I'm going to have to do this as fast as I possibly can. Pepper. Literally, I've just got a spoon. Just got a spoon. I've got my chocolate melting on my fireproof plate. Pepper is for courage. You only need the tiniest little bit. It's the only bit of pepper that I had. Ground pepper's fine. This is all that I had in the kitchen. And I'm just literally doing, I don't even know if I can show you. Like literally just a couple of grinds, that's all it is. But as I'm pouring it into my spell jar, this is for courage. Because I am a confident, courageous person. And just tip it in. I've picked up lavender. Get your little bag out. Lavender's for happiness. And I'm just literally taking a pinch. Pinch of lavender for happiness in my life. Please do this on the plate because you will get this everywhere. You'll get it everywhere. As long as the intention, your foot underneath the floor, you really concentrate and be very mindful. I have just lost 5 pieces of lavender there, but it's only 5. And I'm very conscious that I've done that. Being very mindful as I drop it into the spell jar. I've put the wrong one on. This is for the next activity. Cinnamon's for healing. I want to heal. I'm going to take the end of my spoon because this is the easiest way to do it. You'll find your own ways. You'll find your own ways of doing it, but we're dropping cinnamon into our jars for healing. Healing of past trauma, grief, loss, that betrayal. I want to heal from that. I want to heal from that person that occasionally plays on my brain that I just can't get rid of them. I want to be able to cope with that better. I want to be able to heal from that dead energy, those old lessons that I have learned in my life so that I can move forward. But it starts with healing. It starts with learning how to love yourself. Rosemary. Now then, I ran out and I did actually buy it in. I had this hiding in a spell kit at the very back of the cupboard, but it's just rosemary that you just pick up in a jar from a supermarket. We're using rosemary for relaxation and intelligence. Could always do with a bit more intelligence in my life. Again, intelligence and relaxation. Sage is already in for me, as I did, and the ash fell in, but sage is for wisdom. To be wise, to be learning those lessons and really learn. I won't act like that again. I was such a terrible person. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have reacted like that. I'm a little bit older now, and I'm a little bit wiser, and I'm not going to jump the gun quite as fast if that situation ever happened to me again, ever. That kind of wisdom that we are learning from our mistakes. We are learning from the mistakes of our enemies to be a wiser person. We've done cinnamon. Get your chamomile flowers out for protection and purification. The camera did jump there, so I will say it again. Protection and purification. It's a purification of soul. It's getting you and Shadow back together. Now then, these flowers are a little bit larger than I thought, so I'm just going to pop them on there. Again, if you would prefer to do it with your hands, and really, I'm doing this fast because I am on a time limit. You can really sit with it. You can really put your finger on the spoon and, again, really connect with it, because you've got the spoon in your right hand. You're closing the circle with your left as you touch it. This is what I want this to do inside my jar. I want that pepper for courage. I want that lavender for happiness. I want that cinnamon to be helping me heal. Really get in touch with it. Again, I am on a time frame, so I am rushing through this. The beauty of YouTube, though, is you can just click replay if I've gone far too fast for you. But the chamomile, protection and purification. Basil Oh, goodness, there we go. The basil is for luck. We all need a bit of luck sometimes, don't we? Luck and love inside of the basil. Get it in. Really, really, again, touch it. Do what feels right for you at the time. Pinch of salt. Again, you can do this in any order. I'm literally just, because of how I set the table up, do sorry, death got a real grip on me there. Do them in any order that you wish, any order that feels right to you. I was very conscious that that chocolate was melting, but the salt for purity and cleansing, which is always a big, again, it's just a bag of salt, just a bag of salt because I ran out. I ran out of my sea salt, so we've had to trade in for table salt. It's not relevant, the source is not relevant, the intention. I put that in there for purity and cleansing. I've put it in my little jar. What's next? Rose oil, just a couple of drops of rose oil. Again, we're looking for love. We're doing self-love. We're going to speak to ourselves really, really kindly. We're going to really start putting the effort in to ourselves, into having that hour a day. Please go and find that video that I have released publicly. I talk about half an hour to begin with, but 1 hour a day, you are worthy for doing you, for looking after you. I do have some crystal chips hiding under here somewhere. They're all in your little pouch. A rose quartz, a pinky coloured crystal, and the amethyst is the purpley looking crystal there. We'll go with the amethyst first. Right hand, doesn't have to be dead centre, just throw it in your hand. Close, complete the circle with your left. This is to ease anxiety and stressful energy. It's to release that weight. And I want you to have a moment with the crystal in your right, closing the circle with your left. That's what this represents to me. That I'm going to let go of this stressful energy. Really do grounding. This is going to ease my anxiety. This is going to help me release that stress off my shoulders. Really sit for a minute and really set that intention on that crystal. And when you are ready, just drop it in. The same with the rose quartz. Love. Right hand. Close the circle with your left. This is for love, but this is love for me. For me. By me. Not from anybody else, not from any outside source. From within. As above, so below. So within, so without. Yellow by, go on. Sorry, it's not yellow, it's The Scientist by Coldplay. Drop it in to your spell jar. Rose petals. We're doing one for love again, so within, so without. Oh, you might have to spend a moment. If it crumbles and becomes a bit of a mess, it's fine. Because again, we're holding it, we're playing with it, we're messing with it. We're intending that that petal there is for love within. So within, so without. The second rose petal, however, is for healing. For healing. No one said it would be easy. That's the lyric. Come on, guys, you know me by now. She talks to me like this all the time. If you have to push it down, push it down. Don't get your fingers stuck, be careful. Let's not do that on camera, Claire. That might look a bit weird. Push them down. But that's the intention. And again, hold them. What have I missed? Do you know, I think that's everything. Yeah? We've got the nutmeg for luck. Nutmeg. I ran out of nutmeg. I don't have a substitute either, although the basil is for love and luck. But throw some nutmeg in as well for extra luck, because we all need Lady Luck shining on us sometimes, don't we? I'll run through it again really quickly. Cacao, basically it's chocolate, to open up your heart chakra. Pepper for courage. Salt for purification and cleansing. Lavender for happiness. Sage for wisdom, whether it's sage as the herb or sage as the incense ash. Rosemary, relaxation and intelligence. Cinnamon for healing. Basil for love and luck. Chamomile for protection and purification. An amethyst crystal for easing anxiety and stressful energy. Rose petals for love and healing. Rose quartz crystal for love, and nutmeg for luck. Now, I will not be doing this bit. And I will seal it at the very end after I have done the rest of this activity in this filming segment. You can do this immediately if you wish. Red or pink candles. We have done a spell candle segment, and please go back to that episode if you missed it. And these are actually melting in my hand. That's how hot it is. That's outrageous. That literally, that wax just... I'll do this really quickly. The spell candles. We have done an episode on spell candles. Please go back if you've forgotten. But what we're going to do, a pink preferably, because pink is for self-care and self-love. Red if that's the only colour that you have available. White if you've got neither. We're going to scribble our intentions up and down the candle. I love myself. I am worthy of building a life that I want to build. I am going to be very aware of my surroundings. I am going to be brave. I am going to be strong. I am going to be courageous. Whatever it is that means self-care to you, that I will have a shower every day. Yes, I am a mum of 2. I know what postnatal depression looks like. I know what it feels like. I know what it smells like. I've done it twice. And sometimes just taking that shower's too much. It is. That black dog, that negative Nelly gets going, and then I realise I haven't brushed my hair in 3 days. Because the time just passes us by. We don't think we're worthy of looking after ourselves and looking after our homes, and our energy's redirected elsewhere. Set the intention and then burn the candle. Again, I'm not doing it, it's too hot. Let it burn. Get your rose oil on, scribe in, anoint the candle. Part of me, Katy Perry, just caught my ear there, and then put it in your holder, put it back on the plate, wherever you're putting it, and we'll come back to these in a moment. But we're going to just, for this minute, pop our little corks on. We're going to pop this to one side. I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to do this as fast as I humanly can, and I'm going to reset up, and I will be back with you in hopefully just a second. Oh, beautifully done. Brand new setup. Have kids, they said it'd be fun, they said, because I realised that a couple of my crystal chips were missing off the table, and I realised that one of the kids must have had a hold of them. We're moving over to our Cauldron fondue set. When I say heat-proof bowl, I mean a bowl that can be put into a microwave. Cauldron fondue set, bowl, mug that nobody likes drinking out of, that we are never drinking out of ever again. We are going to put a big sticker on it, do not drink out of me ever again. Not your favourite one, the one hiding at the back of the cupboard. That's what we're going to use now. Now, there's a whole story that I could tell you about this Cauldron. That would probably, I don't know, she might not actually watch this. She's very supportive, but she's not really a big watcher of my videos, so I might get away with this story. Claire, what are you doing? It's Friday night. Claire, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm just putting my cauldron together. I just thought I'd have a bit of a play around. I'm looking to do some stuff. I just want to do some burning. Putting the cauldron together. What are you doing? Oh, I don't want to come over tonight. I'm tired. Work's been really bad. No, I'm not feeling it. I'll come over tomorrow night. And I go, oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can cope with that. Have a bit of a chat, have a bit of a catch up. Literally as I'm throwing stuff in as we're talking. Guarantee that by the time I've lit the tea light, give her honest, it's like clockwork. It's unreal. And the first time I did it, I went, that's a fluke, that. Complete fluke. But it keeps happening. Keeps happening over and over and over again. Light that candle, and within 5 minutes, dead. I get a phone call. Yeah, actually, I've totally changed my mind. I am going to come over. Yeah, no, I want to see you. Yeah, it's been a long day at work and I'm knackered, but you've only a 20-minute drive away. I'm just going to throw everything in the car now. I'll be there in 20 minutes. You go, okay. I'm hearing you. For Freya's day. Thanks, Freya. Thank you. Very grateful. Very grateful, Patcha Mama, for giving me that time to burn and have this cauldron bubbling. And it does. You need to be very mindful, again, as you are creating your own lotions and potions from information that I am giving you. Be careful of what crystals you put in, because they will pop. They do, and they literally crack and crackle. The cauldron boils, and it's just the most magical thing that's ever happened. Like, you just sit and watch it, and you could sit and watch it for hours. Because it's just the most amazing thing. Honestly, my inner child, Shadow, is so happy. This makes Shadow so happy. It really does. It really allows you to be very creative. But be mindful, especially crystals that end in ITE. They don't like water at all. They will spit. They will bubble. They will crack and pop in the heat. Be very, very careful. That's why I said we have a mug that we never, ever, ever drink out of ever again. Again, be mindful. Something like a heat-proof bowl can go into a dishwasher and can be boiled, washed. There's just some crystals with the ceramic in mugs that are, I don't even want to hear about it. This is Exhibit A in court. I don't even want to hear about it. I don't want to hear that you've ingested things unintentionally. So we're never drinking out of this mug ever again. This is my witchy mug. Leave it alone. Cauldron. We're going to fill it with cooled boiled water. Again, the more you do this, the more you'll kind of go, that was enough. Or I could have put a bit more in. I normally fill it about 3/4 full. She's literally just sitting just under the handle. Well, sort of halfway into the handle there. Just for liquid, because we are not, Exhibit A in court, we are not burning our houses down. We're not being silly with fire. We are boiling a potion. And again, cooled boiled water is the basis for my potion. I'm going for cinnamon. Cinnamon is for love and lust. And again, so one, love and lust for me. Love and lust for my soulmate, partner. I say this very gently and very clearly though, so that those in the back can hear me. We are very, very, very careful when it comes to love and manifesting love into our lives, because it takes on a certain amount of karmic debt. I want John Smith, who lives at number 10 Blue Street, to madly fall in love with me. Takes on so much karmic debt, your life's going to fall apart. But Lady Luck, the wheel of fortune will spin so fast against you, you won't know if you're coming or going. The karma that you will have to pay for that isn't worth it. Isn't worth it. I already know who that person's name is, because they're already in my life. If you are attracting a soulmate towards you, again, my soulmate, But we are not attracting love. It's got to grow from the ground up, does love. Again, you can manifest people into your energy field. I'd like to see John Smith from number 10 Blue Street. I'd like to see them. I'd like to just have a conversation with them. And then let the world do its thing. Because if he sees you, if he's drawn into your energy field and you guys start striking up a conversation and those feelings grow from the ground up through your right and down through the left, then you'll have a soul connection. If there's karma between you, it will be known. You'll feel it. You'll feel it tingle in your chest, in the depths of your stomach. That's where it's at. And that's where we're going. Love Shack B52s. You can't manifest them to madly fall in love with you. You can only draw them towards you. So if you are drawing someone in, if you have someone in mind that you would like to have a romantic relationship with, draw them in first. We're not going to name them in this potion. If you are married with someone, dating, looking for love, I want to draw that in. I want to have a deeper connection to my partner, to my husband, to my wife. I want to really deepen that soul connection. This is amazing. It's amazing. It really honestly is. Cinnamon, love and lust. Peppermint. 1 drop for us, 1 drop for them. This is for relaxation and love. If I can get it to 1 for me, 1 for them. Relaxation and love. Again, if you feel the need, hold them, touch the cinnamon, same as before. I'm having to speed this up a lot. Rose oil, for love, 1 drop for me, 1 drop for them. This one's a bit tricky. It's more of a splodge like that. 1 for me, 1 for them, for love with your rose oil. Rose petals. Again, really get them in, really hold them, really set the intention. 1 for me. Sometimes when my person is here and I'm sort of, I'll just do a bit of burning and I'll throw this on, you know. Got a headache, dear? Oh, I'm just going to do some burning, is that okay? Can you just pick a petal for me? Which rose head would you like, dear? If you had to pick one, which one would you go for? And I let them pick their own. Then I throw it in. And suddenly that headache is, it's like magic. And I did. Honestly, mad. Also, it was a complete fluke. There was no way I could repeat it. There was no way I could repeat it straight after the second time it happened either. There was no way I could repeat it for a 3rd time. Bang, bang. Oh, no. Oh, I've just had to switch over to a new file. Sorry, this phone is very new to me and I'm still learning it. So we'll try and cut that video as best we can. Bang, bang, bang on the door. I just decided to turn up. I'm really sorry you're busy. I don't mean to disturb you, but I just thought, oh, forget it. I'll just come over. Lavender, for happiness and true love. That true, deep connection. 1 pinch for me and 1 pinch for them. Again, if the person is with you, literally, just take a pinch of that. Just throw it in there for me. Just throw it in there for me. So simple, honestly. But to really take your time with it, really, really get your hands in. Again, I'm having to rush this to a certain degree. Ginger, for passion. For passion. Oh, I think it's Fuego by... Hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. Ginger for passion. 1 for me. Are you seeing a theme here? 1 for me, 1 for them. A bit worried now because I'm going to get a phone call probably in about half an hour. Let's have a look. Sorry, I beg your pardon, it's Libertango. Just got a bit confused there. Libertango by string quartet known as Bond. So we've thrown our ginger in now then. I've done it. I've just had... Bear with me. There we go. Yep, seen them, I've seen them. Going back to our previous... I've never done it, but a thought did just cross my mind there. Your pack, if you did purchase that very specific pack, there is some green jade in there, the chakra healing crystal chip pack. Throw 2 of those in green is the colour of your heart chakra. Let's get that open. I've never done it. I'm literally giving you my recipe. But if you would like to throw some jade, 2 pieces of jade in there, then feel free to do so. You'll make it up as you go along. You'll know what feels right. You'll know what works. You'll sort of start feeling, well, I added that and suddenly that phone call never came. Like, really get underneath it. Really get underneath the ground. I have 2 rose quartz, they're pinky coloured, and I have 2 amethysts, the sort of purpley colour in that very pack. Again, we're going to put all 4. Better if the person can do their 2 and you can do your 2. All 4, right hand, covering it up. The amethyst, oh, I've not written it down. For some reason, I didn't actually write it down in my pack, but the amethyst for relaxation, releasing old energy, releasing that anxiety, so you can find that calm and that balance. And the rose quartz is for love. 1 for you, 1 for them. Throw them in, please. Just throw them in. Or again, better still, you just throw that in there for me, my love. Just throw that in there for me. Fire. Ready? Very specific. Well, honestly. Left foot. Lighter in your right hand. Candle in your left. I make this potion for a love that is true, containing joy, happiness and laughter all through and through. Pachamama, from my heart to those close to me, in mind, body and spirit, so mote it be. Oh, it's because my fan is so hot. So mote it be. Done. Be mindful of the water level, no matter where you are putting it. Be very, very mindful of the water level. It will drop. If it drops and it sort of gets down here and it's sort of like still pretty early in the night, feel free, get the kettle, just top it up. You don't need to do anything else because we're not blowing the candle out. We're just going to top it up. It's Broken and Beautiful by Kelly Clarkson in the background. I'll give you that again. I make this potion for a love that is true, containing joy, camera jumped there, containing joy, happiness and laughter all through and through. Your deity, mine is Pachamama, from my heart to those close to me, in mind, body and spirit, so mote it be. And you're done. I give that 20 minutes. I'll put it in the description how long. I'll put it in the description now. I'll clock the time now. Hand on heart, and if it doesn't happen, I'll genuinely, do you know what, didn't happen. Just didn't happen. It'll be a first. We are now on 20 to 9 at night. And today's date is the 19th of July. I'll be honest, I'll be truthful. But there you have it. And you just let it burn. Again, going back to the first exercise, the first activity that we did. Again, you can then burn, stop it. Oh, I'm not sure, I'd have to really faff with it. Oh, I don't know. I'll be really honest, I'll be genuine. Come on guys, you know me by now. You see all my silly mistakes. You see all the tech issues that we have. I am a human being and I don't do tech. I don't do editing things in and I certainly don't do anything fancy. I'll be honest. If you've got red candles at this point, inscribe. If there is someone specific that you are thinking about, that you want to draw in, put their initials on. Love, sex, passion, laughter, joy, soulmate, deep soul connection. Make sure that you are anointing it towards your heart chakra. We are bringing it into our energy field, and then light it off the tea light. If you would like to do that and you feel safe to do that, pop it next to each other, whichever way feels comfortable. Going back to the spell jar that we originally did. Now, if you are going to use these candles, again, pink is best, because pink is for self-love and for self-care rituals. For those followers that have been with me for a while, that have had the updates extensively on YouTube, that have been, again, following me for months now, you will know that my health has taken a wee bit of a toll. And yes, I did rush putting this together to try and not make this a 40-minute video. However, we're 40 in now. We're 40 minutes and 40 seconds in. And I did rush it, but my intentions are strong. I meant everything that I said as I was tipping those ingredients into this spell jar. However, I have had a lot of health issues, and white candles do represent purity and healing and pardon me, protection and healing. So I am going to try and show you as safely as I can on camera how to seal your jars. It's dead simple. You'll find your own way of doing it. You'll find a way of cracking it. But I am going to use this white candle because of what the candle represents and what it represents to me in my life with my health right now. Spell jar, very, very careful. Tip it, cork in. I hope this is going to come across okay. You can use your spell candles. You can do this with your spell candles. Again, doing it with a tea light because it means more to me right now. Over a heat-proof plate, very carefully, very, very carefully, we're going to tip the wax onto the side. You see how it all just ran off there? I hope this is going to come across okay. All around the side of the cork and down the side. You might need to give the candle another minute. Can you see? I'm sort of aiming the wax around here, like in the middle, in the hope that it will not stay hot in this heat, that it will dry up and it will cool down. You can go all along the top, you can go all down the sides. I've seen some beautiful ones where people literally, you see how my wax has rolled down there, that people will literally spend the time, because they're holding it. Right to receive, left to leave. We're holding it in, we're keeping the circle going. Receiving, I am giving this bottle this energy because all the intentions are already in there, and I'm sending the energy back down to the universe. I have seen people spend forever holding it, doing those really fancy straps, and they've gone all the way down. I'm going to really struggle because I've got the fan, and that is, wow, and that was hot. Don't burn yourself, don't do that. 33-year-olds should know better. But I've seen people literally make art on the jars. Oh, that actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Oh, that was actually pretty. Oh, that made my heart smile there. That made my heart smile. Just 3 random blobs that all just sort of wrapped themselves around the top. Oh, that made my heart. Be careful, don't burn yourself. But mainly I'm looking, and I dropped that for a reason. Because I've just put more pepper on. And certainly with what I've just said about white candles, and if you are a regular follower and you know me, you know I need some courage right now. And more courage in a couple of spouts of pepper that dropped onto the plate. Needed embedding. Magic, that. Genuine magic. Because someone upstairs said, Claire, you didn't put enough pepper in that jar, you need more courage. And I'll give it to you in a different way. If you've been following me and you know what's happening to me right now, more courage. Oh, my candle just blew out thanks to the fan. But that's what we're doing. We're going to just seal it, and if it ever cools down in the UK, We've talked about spell candling. We've talked about, brain fog there. Death got a grip on me. Candles burning out. Again, when they burn out for no reason. That gust of wind there from that fan is what blew that out. Again, if it does blow out and you don't quite feel quite underneath the ground, do the spell again. Just repeat the same incantation, relight and put underneath. Put underneath there. Oh, I don't know, does that mean I can start the timer again? Does that mean I can start the timer again from 20:09 to 20:44? Can I? No? No? I will stick to the original then, shall we? Because that was a complete flick. But again, if you know me, yeah, that is so hot. I don't even think I can handle that anymore because that is so hot. The pepper at the top, it's a sign that for me personally. And you'll find those little pieces of magic, and that's the star happening. Little pieces of magic that happen in your day. You didn't quite put enough courage in there. You need to have the courage of a lion and put that together. But that's it. That is today's 2 activities with your little cauldron. Just leave it. Again, there is a lot of... I might just give it a bit of a swish. It's not something I normally do. I've done it a few times though, just kind of like everything's looking a little bit dry at the top with this heat. We'll just give it a bit of a stir. Foot underneath the floor. And just leave it. Just be very, very mindful of that water level. And just leave it. When you're ready, say again your tea light, you don't want to burn a tea light for 8 hours. Again, try and let it burn out naturally if you can. Either remove this, put drops of water on it. You have to try and let it burn out naturally, so extinguish naturally. Licking your fingers, touching it like that. We try not to blow candles out because we don't want to blow the wish away. So be very mindful of that. Again, lick your fingers, dip it in, a little bit of water, just sort of flick it on, sort of like extinguish it that way. But we're not physically blowing the candle out. So we're not blowing those intentions and those manifestations away from us. We're drawing them in. From my heart to yours, that was a whole heap of fun. Love it. And again, that little piece of magic there with the extra pepper. Magic, love it. Really, honestly do. From my heart to yours, genuinely, I'll drop it in the box below. I'll also drop in the box, the description box, the self-care wheel video that I have made, and that will be made publicly available at all times, that you can find anytime on my channel should you need a bit of a refresh, a bit of a stop and let's start again. Then please go and check that out. But my heart to yours, little bit of magic happening there. I hope you guys have the most... I'd love to hear how you went, how you got on. I'd love to see and hear what you did. If you did go for something a little bit different inside your own spell jars, then please do tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and what you did and how you felt as you were doing it, as you were building that self-care, as you were releasing that energy. I'd love to hear it. From my heart, I'm going to stop you there because you should not have filmed over the 2 hottest days of the year so far, because every video that you filmed on that day has not come out great at all and needs a post-edit, random film in a totally different dress, really squashed in because I've just not had 10 seconds to set the table up and get it all looking lovely. Hello, I'm so sorry. There was a couple of things that I actually forgot to mention. I sort of watched the videos back and went, you didn't close the circle. You didn't actually tell them what to do with the jars. And I sort of went, but I was melting. I finished that video. I sat back. I'm not kidding. The sweat from my back. I just melted. I really did. And it wasn't until I watched the video back that I went, you didn't say this, you didn't say that. So there is another few bits of information that I am literally just going to quick fire at you while I've got 30 more seconds to be thinking. The jars. What I want you to do... Sorry, this is not the correct jar. There is my jar. Sorry, apologies. Oh, look, and she dried beautifully. I'm absolutely, completely in love with her. I really, honestly am. We're going to keep the intentions with this, with our self-care spell jars. We are going to hold them in our right hand. We are going to close the circle with our left foot underneath the ground. And I want you to make it as part of your daily routine. I'm harnessing all the intentions that I placed inside this jar to incorporate itself into my day. I want to harness this energy through me, through my right and out through my left. And I want to harness this. I want to harness that courage from the pepper. I want to harness the happiness from within the lavender. The chamomile for protection and purification. The opening up my heart chakra from the chocolate within. Whatever it is that suddenly just hits you. You might not remember everything that you put in. You might get to sort of 3 weeks down the line and go, I can't just remember what is actually in here. I'm still harnessing that energy because I've still got my left foot underneath the ground, and I'm still asking Pachamama to transfer that energy and those intentions and opening up my heart chakra through the jar that I created. And I want you to put it somewhere really intentional. I want you to put it somewhere that you're going to be able to see it. Again, whether it's, I know it sounds a little bit mad, but next to the kettle, I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, and I'm just going to hold it as I'm brushing my teeth, as I'm having a minute in the bathroom to myself. I'm just harnessing this energy, and then I'm going to set off in my day. I want you to very, very intentionally place it somewhere, please, where you can constantly see it, you can constantly be reminded. I've slipped again. That negative Nelly got a little loud, and I've slipped again. Well, hang on a minute. I'm going to have that harmony with myself. I'm going to open up my heart chakra. I'm going to see the beauty in the world and in my place in it. I'm going to harness that look from out of the basil and the nutmeg combined. I am harnessing that love for myself out of the rose quartz crystal that is inside here. I'm easing that anxiety. What You Do With What You've Got by Greg Russell. It's a gorgeous song. It's Irish. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to harness this energy out of this jar intentionally and then set off with your day. The other thing that I forgot to do is I forgot to close the circle. We always close the circle. So with our incense, it's exactly the same. You will feel it. You will feel there is no dead official. This is how you open a circle and this is how you close a circle. It's all about you and yourself. So I am thanking Archangel Michael for opening up that doorway between the spiritual world and the material world. I'm thanking him for his protection from negative entities within this space, within this building, and within the land that this building sits on. I am asking now that that doorway be closed between the spiritual world and the material world. I ask that it be sealed in love and light, and that any entity, any negative energy that did manage to cross through that portal, I remove consent for you to stay. I remove all consent for any entity, any energy that is negative or going to cause harm to me or my family. Go back to source. You do not have permission to stay. You do not have my consent to stay in this space, in this building, or on the land that this building sits on. Thank you, Pachamama, for the time and the opportunity to do this activity today, and for your energy and sharing your energy with me as we did that activity. Thank you again to Archangel Michael. Have a moment and you're done. Just have that moment to peacefully realign yourself and imagine in your mind's eye that doorway closing and being sealed with love and light. Other thing that I didn't explain were the mugs and the bowls. If you do not have a cauldron, if you don't have one, she's all the way back here. I'm going to talk to you about that as well. We don't have one of these, and we've done it in a mug or in a bowl. Hot water is fine as long as you then don't burn yourself as you're throwing stuff into that mug, into that bowl. They can be reheated because obviously with the cauldron there is a tea light that is constantly lighting, constantly heating the cauldron itself. What I want you to do, just for safety, I want you to dig in your bowl, in your mug. I want you to draw those crystals out, pull them out, Pop the bowl, pop the mug into the microwave. Give it 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Sort of let it reheat. Pull it out carefully because it might be really hot. Throw the crystals back in. And again, then you can meditate with it. You just put it in the room and the whole room just starts smelling beautifully. Just beautifully. I also forgot to tell you what to do with it once we're done with it. So it's not about you, it's about me. Scouting for girls. Pachamama is Mother Earth. So to me, it makes sense to throw it outside in the garden. And I've spoken to a few people that celebrate all different kinds of gods and goddesses. Aphrodite and Thor, Mars. I've spoken to a whole host of people. However, the garden seems to be like the go-to place. There are a couple of spells that are very specific to the front garden. But any green space that's around you at all, if you do not have access to a garden or to a piece of land, and walk past a field to get to work, just throw it in there. Just literally throw it with gratitude. Pour it into the ground intentionally. Thank you, Pachamama, and just have that moment of prayer and that moment of gratitude. Again, reharnessing all that energy from within the cauldron. However, thank you for sharing that with me, but I am giving it back to you, and I'm going to manifest this in. And let it go, please. Update on our little friend. It was magic. Honestly, I laughed and laughed and laughed. But there you go. I told you I would show you. That is the screenshot as the message did pop through. I don't know how it happens. I don't know what. It's just magic. It honestly is. And to say I rushed it, but she messaged, as she always does. I don't know. Honestly, I can't explain it. You've got to get right underneath the ground. And I rushed it because I was trying to demonstrate to you. But you've got to get your feet underneath the floor, and it just happens. It just happens. I was thinking about you. Oh, were you? Oh, thanks. It's one. I don't like to love you more, my friend. I don't. Not with that one. I really don't. But from my heart to yours, I think that is absolutely all of it. Yeah, again, throwing the contents into a garden, into a green space, and then just wash everything out. Again, I've said about the reheating. Please make sure that you're not bending yourself as you're pulling it out of the microwave. Please take those crystals out. I don't want to hear it that suddenly a crystal just got really overheated, pop, burst, that's it. You smashed the bowl, you smashed your mug. No, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. Take them out and then throw them straight back in. You don't need to, you can have a little moment of prayer with it if you want to, as you're sort of carrying it from the microwave into the room that it's going to sit in. You can have that, again, repeat the incantation if that's what you would like to do. But honestly, from my heart to yours, I think, I shouldn't have filmed on that day, but I think I've said absolutely everything that I need to say. So from my heart to yours, that is self-care and the Love Cauldron Potion episode for today. I hope that you can forgive me for this additional edit, but from my heart to yours, you guys have a great day today.